Hey everyone, it's Madison Gesiotto coming to you once again from Arizona in quarantine. If you thought the Democrats' investigations into President Trump and his administration were over, think again. Despite the fact that we're less than 2 months out from a failed impeachment inquiry started by the Democrats, and we're in the midst of the worst pandemic that we've seen in this country in over 100 years, and certainly in our lifetimes, the Democrats haven't let this put a stop to their ramping up of yet another investigation. Now, of course, these are all going to be failed investigations, likely like the original ones were, but that hasn't stopped them. We saw Nancy Pelosi come forward announcing the start of a select committee, which will be headed by Rep. Clyburn, the House Majority Whip, into the coronavirus response and the CARES Act spending, claiming that they want oversight. Now, of course, as House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said, it's redundant because the CARES Act already had measures in there to do just that when it came to the spending. But this, of course, wasn't enough for the Democrats, and we now see House Intelligence Committee Chair Adam Schiff coming forward proposing legislation that would start a commission to investigate the coronavirus. Now the Democrats are trying to make this sound all happy, saying that it's just, to make sure that the federal, state, and local governments will be prepared for future pandemics. It's going to be bipartisan, 5 Republicans, 5 Democrats. It won't even start till next February. Now, of course, we don't even know what's going to be going on when it comes to coronavirus next February, so it's quite an arbitrary date to really get a commission going. But regardless of that fact, we all know the truth. And the truth is that they want to use this because of the subpoena power that the commission would have and their ability to hold public hearings. They know that they have no chance in beating President Trump in November at the ballot box. So once he's reelected, they want to go after him once again. And this is them laying the groundwork to do just that. And what I think is even funnier about all of this is the fact that these Democrats are pretending to be worried about spending and be worried about, where's this money from the CARES Act going? Let's keep in mind these are the same Democrats that relentlessly tried to add completely unrelated and expensive measures into the CARES Act. And they got some of those through, like the $25 million funding to the Kennedy Center, which of course we know the Kennedy Center proceeded to fire musicians anyways. It's pretty frustrating as American taxpayer to see our taxpayer dollars at work in this way. And of course, these same Democrats that are criticizing the president and criticizing the administration's very popular response to coronavirus are the same Democrats that were passing out impeachment pens in January and telling Americans, go to big gatherings, get together, go to church in late February. These Democrats weren't worried about the coronavirus. Of course, nobody's perfect, and maybe none of us could have expected this 6-7 months ago or even in October or November. But the reality is these Democrats that claim that we had a delayed response or that they were worried before the administration as a grounds to lay foundation for attack on this president are simply wrong, and the American people need to be aware of what's going on in Washington and how their taxpayer dollars are being spent to relentlessly attack a duly elected president.